call me Nicole, that's fine, or Miss Patty, that's fine either way.
Okay.
Can I film?
And so the other
Am I allowed to
clues
film?
that I was about to read to you, I thought I was going to. So she used to do gymnastics. Okay. Went on. You want to?
Four sisters. I rode in a hot air balloon race, and I canoed down the Colorado River.
Those are. I feel like if I said those, Caleb, you two would know exactly.
Yeah.
I was like, that's probably, I was like, that might be my grandma's story.
Yeah. When you said that on the first clue, I was like, oh, let me try to like hold off on liking the
I work
book.
with adults with disabilities, so I was doing a cooking class for the last 2 years online, and that's why you probably picked up on the cooking.
Oh yeah, he said you love to bake. Gotcha.
Yes.
You didn't mention baking.
Because he likes to bake with me.
Well, I am going to go ahead and she's going to read. And boys and girls, go ahead and actually get your 2 packets, stack them up nicely, put it on the corner. That's okay. All right, we'll finish it later. We'll finish it. Yeah. Well, is this a question for after the reading?
Well, it's just, I was born in the NHS.
You were born in the nursery with Kayla, so we wanted to share that with you.
Oh, so you know each other for a long time. My son has a friend he met in the nursery when they were still in diapers, and they're still friends in their 30s now. Yeah, so they've been friends for like 37 years.
So how we usually do it, I just let you read and take the lead, and then after, when you're done, you can ask questions, and they would also like ask questions about you.
Okay.
Too, so get to know you.
This is called The 3 Trees, Tale of the 3 Trees. Anybody ever heard of this book? Okay, it's a good one, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, I love it.
I've never read this book.
It's a good one. Once upon a time, I've got eyes here. On a mountaintop, 3 little trees stood and dreamed of what they wanted to be when they would become big. The first tree looked up in the sky, twinkling like little diamonds above him. I want to hold a treasure, he said. I want to be covered with gold and filled with precious stones. I will be the most beautiful treasure chest in the whole world. The second little tree looked out at the small stream trickling by on its way to the ocean. I want to be a strong sailing ship, he said. I want to travel mighty waters and carry powerful kings. I will be the strongest ship in the world. The little third tree looked down at the valley below, where busy men and busy women were busy in town. I don't want to leave this mountain at all, he said. I want to grow up so tall, when people look at me, they will raise their eyes to heavens and think of God. I will be the tallest tree in the whole world. Years passed. The rains came and the sun shone and the little trees grew big and tall. One day, 3 woodcutters came up the mountain. The first woodcutter looked at the first tree and said, "This tree is beautiful. It is perfect for me." With a swoop of his shining axe, boom, he felled the first tree. "Now I shall make him into a beautiful chest," thought the first tree. "I shall hold wonderful treasures." The second woodcutter looked at the second tree. "Oh, this tree is strong. It is perfect for me." With a swoop of his shining axe, the second tree fell. "Now I shall sail mighty waters through the second," said the second tree. "I shall be a strong ship fit for kings." And the third tree felt her heart sink when the last woodcutter looked her way. She stood straight and tall and pointed bravely to heaven. But the woodcutter never even looked up. "Any kind of tree will do for me," he said. With a swoop of his shining axe, he felled the third tree. The first tree rejoiced when the woodcutter brought him to the carpenter shop, but the busy carpenter was not thinking about treasure chests. Instead, his work-worn hands fashioned the tree into a feed box for animals. The once beautiful tree was not covered with gold or filled with treasure. He was coated with sawdust and filled with hay for hungry farm animals. The second tree smiled when the woodcutter took him to the shipyard. But no mighty sailing ship would be made that day. Instead, the once strong tree was hammered and sawed into a simple fishing boat. It was too small and too weak to sail an ocean or even a river. He was taken to a little lake. Every day he brought in loads of dead fish. I'm not kidding, like what they thought, or island. Let's see. The third tree was confused when the woodcutter cut into him strong beams and left her in a lumber yard. What happened? The once tall tree wondered. All it ever wanted to do was stay on that mountaintop and pointy fly. And here he was in a island just sitting. Many years, many days and nights passed. The three ships nearly forgot what their dreams were. But one night, golden straight starlight poured over the first tree as a young woman placed her newborn baby in the feed box. I wish I could make a cradle for him, her husband whispered. The mother squeezed his hand and smiled at the starlight as it shone on the smooth, sturdy wood. This nature's beautiful, she said. And suddenly the first tree knew he was holding the greatest treasure in the world. One evening, tired travelers and his friends crowded into an old fishing boat. The traveler fell asleep as the second tree quietly sailed out into the lake. Soon a thunderstorm came. It was thrashing and storm rose. The little tree shuddered. He knew he didn't have the strength to carry so many passengers safely through the wind and the rain. The tired man awakened. He stood up. Stretched out his hands over the water, and he said, "Peace." And the storm stopped as quickly as it had started. And suddenly the second tree knew that he was carrying the King of Kings and the Lord of Lords. One Friday morning, the third tree was startled when her beams were yanked from the forgotten woodpile. She flinched as she was carried through an angry, jeering crowd. She shuddered when the soldiers nailed a man's hands to her, and she felt ugly and harsh and cruel. But on Sunday morning, when the sun rose and the earth trembled with joy beneath her, the third tree knew that God's love had changed everything. It had made the first tree beautiful. It had made the second tree strong. And every time people thought of that third tree, they were going to think of God. That's what she wanted, wasn't it? That was the better than being the tallest tree in the world. Did you like that song? It was about villages. It was. How cool was it? Yes.
Is that your favorite book?
It's one of my favorites. I have a lot of favorites because I used to be a librarian for like 15 years.
I don't know my most favorite. What's your favorite?
My favorite food?
Yeah.
Oh, I like too many things. You know what she likes everything. I do. Anybody else?
What do you what type of work do you do?
Now I work with adults with disabilities, and I take them out for jobs, and I help them to learn how to become more independent.
What are your hobbies?
I like to do a lot of things. So I like cooking, and I like to do arts and crafts, and I like to go camping.
I like dancing, and drawing.
I do all that. I like traveling.
Do you like to sew?
I am not very good at it. I have sewn, but sometimes you have to guess what it is when I'm done.
But you love to
Not
you love
my
to
yet.
knit. You did three hats for me?
Probably some hats and scarves, yeah. So actually, my adults with disability taught me how to do that.
Do you have any allergies?
I have a lot of allergies, yeah.
Me too. I don't have any allergies.
159.
No notebooks.
I'm grandma old, how's that?
I have a grandma. She loves to cook.
That's good. A lot of grandmas like to, it's
She
good.
she cooks a good breakfast every time we sleep over.
Oh, when is it?
She
I have a question. What are some of the things you like to bake with Caleb?
We make cookies and cakes, right? Last time we got his cookbook out and we made a Star Wars ship, right? Out of it with brownies
Ice cream
and stuff. Ice cream cake with brownies and ice cream. And made it look like a Star Wars ship, so that was fun.
what type? It was R2D10.
Oh, that's right, it was R2D2, not the ship. We looked at both of them.
Oh, it was lucky.
Anybody else?
Any questions, Melanie?
Did Caleb get to choose what you were doing for him?
Yes, he did.
You have the.
Sorry.
Louder?
How long did you do?
I only did it for about a year because I broke my arm. So then I had to stop because I did it pretty bad. I shattered the whole. I was in a cast from here to here for like a long time.
My
Yeah.
sister had a cast
Sometimes I have this.
Do you have any pets?
I don't right now, but we've owned a lot of dogs over the years.
What were your dogs' names?
Oh my goodness. The last two we had were Laverne and Sadie, and I had one named Jack. And we had my son had one named Pork Chop. Is that a good name for you?
I don't know if
Good, when you remember raise your hand.
Emma, do you have a question?
Oh, I thought her hand was up. Are you stretching or you have a question?
Me? I have a question.
Okay.
Do you have a picture of like doing the pics?
I don't have that with me. I'm sorry. I should have thought of it. I would have done it.
I'll look.
My mom has a sling because she had to have surgery on her shoulder.
Oh, I'm sorry. She's feeling better?
Yeah.
Good.
And yesterday was my brother's birthday.
Oh, wonderful.
He's turning 17.
An older one.
What kind of allergies do you have?
I'm allergic to a lot of airborne stuff. Like when they put dust in the molds and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not allergic to anything.
I am allergic to what they call sulfa and
Sulfa,
sulfites, and they are kind of a preservative, so it kind of blends into different foods. I have to be careful.
When's your birthday?
April.
Did you say you rode in a hot air balloon?
I did.
What was it like?
It was very fun. It's funny though, you move very slowly, and it kind of sways a little bit, the basket. And you would think it'd be nice and cold up there, which it kind of is, but there's all this hot air that keep pumping into the balloon, so you actually get hot when you're up there. So yeah.
Does anybody control the hot air balloon?
Yes, they had a guy who was actually driving it for us. I would not want to do that by myself. I might end up crashing somewhere.
So you
Oh no,
said,
oh, I'm sorry. What did you
Allie,
hear
can
about
we
that?
get Caroline?
how many cakes have you made with Caleb?
Oh, I don't know, about 2 or 3 cakes together? Because we did some at my house and some at your house before, right?
Yeah, we made.
We made a home,
You
we
helped
made
make
cookies.
the huge one for my birthday, and then we made our R2D2 one. Yeah.
About 3 of them, yeah.
Were you scared?
No, I wasn't. It was fun.
When were you born?
Oh, gosh, long time ago. Really long time ago. You get a question back there?
Were there other people with you? So you said there was somebody driving the.
Yeah, there was a guy driving, and then my sister and I ran it. We actually won the trip. My sister's birthday, and I told her as a joke that I was going to win her a ride, and we actually won. So it was kind of a fun surprise.
Do you have socks in your?
I do not have any pictures of it.
I had socks of it, and it had I have socks.
Oh, you had socks that look like your dog?
Yeah,
Oh.
it had faces on it.
No, I didn't have any.
I had ones I went to.
We're gonna do Allie and then Caroline, and then we're gonna have to get, and Logan, and then we'll have, you're stretching here? Okay, so Caroline will be the last one, and then we have